This is the Izzy Lala Podcast, a space where poetry transcends a page. I'm Izzy Lala, and today we'll be discussing the poem from the last episode titled Unkept Bed. I got a couple really cool responses about the poem that I wanted to share. So Nadia, aka author Ivy Allman from Sacramento, said, "Couldn't find strength to make them straight again stands out as your strongest line. I also like the P alliteration and the way your words become song via near rhymes and phrasing. As always, I appreciate that you write transparently about your mental health struggles and recovery. It makes me feel less alone in my healing." The line "couldn't find the strength to make them straight again" is a line I wanted to include because many times when you're feeling mentally fatigued, you have no strength to do even the simplest of things. Even down to making your bed can seem like a daunting task. I use the bed as a metaphor because a bed is something to sleep and rest on. But if you're restless, how can you find any good rest? Strength sometimes comes with rest, and you need rest to rejuvenate. So, with rejuvenation comes strength. Thank you, Ivy Almond, for bringing up that line. Writing transparently about mental health can be a scary thing, but it can also be very therapeutic even if you're doing it for yourself. So I'm grateful to anyone who is able to look at a poem like this and feel less alone. So thank you again for your feedback. Delilah Ward from Sacramento said, "This was a wrinkle in time, a hardship, pushing through blood, sweat, and tears. This individual is an overcomer." I love how Delilah compared the poem to a wrinkle in time. It reminded me of a moment in life where things are different or not aligned correctly. And sometimes it is us who are out of order. I think sometimes it's up to us to push through these hardships that we sometimes place on ourselves to realign ourselves again. So pushing through blood, sweat, and tears is not easy, but I believe it's really up to us to overcome, and oftentimes it is overcoming ourselves. Thank you, Delilah, for your feedback and positive vibes. J. Rowe from Sacramento commented, "I really love this. The perfectionism. It's all a mask. I can relate. You had some fire alliterations, poised parochial presence. It was poignant." I really appreciate that feedback. I think many of us are perfectionists, and I think the mask part, um, it's what we wear to disguise who we really are, that we have flaws and insecurities and fears. And I think we try to avoid confronting the real issues beneath the surface. But the greatest part of taking off the mask is that you see that sometimes it is the imperfections that we all relate to. And I'm glad you were able to relate to this poem. And thank all of our listeners who gave us their thoughts. Listen in every Monday to a new poem of the week and every Friday to discussion of that poem. You can reach out by emailing izzylala83@gmail.com or leave me a voicemail at 209-730-7044. Next Monday, we'll have a new poem, and I will be reading and listening to all emails and voicemails and including them in Friday's episode. Thank you guys so much for listening. Find me under Izzy Lala on Instagram or izzylala.com for more podcast updates. For now, wishing you all healing, hope, and light.